bunch of freaks and geeks with a trampoline on the floor. I'm trying to pop them.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's Dre,
And Jay,
and this is episode 6 of the Smoking Table.
This week in weed news, you'd think that we would be excited because I found out this week that we now have 5, ladies and gentlemen, total marijuana petitions circulating across the state of Florida right now. So, the more the merrier, right?
No.
Not at all. Especially not in this particular case. We have one bill for medical marijuana, which congratulations to People United for Medical Marijuana, United for Care. We know them, we love them. John Morgan and his group. They got the 60-something thousand votes that it takes in order to go to review. So, Bondi and the Florida Supreme Court will get a chance to look over their petition before it finally goes for the other 600+ thousand it needs to get onto the ballots. But that's only one out of the 5. The other 4 petitions are all for recreational use. And they are from all over the place, and they have all different kind of languages in each one. And I'm starting to get a feeling of, divided we fall.
Yeah.
If we want recreational use marijuana, it's something that we all need to get on the same page about.
Instead of having like 4 bills, let's all work together, try and construct one strong, supported bill for recreational, if that's what it is. I don't understand why there has to be 4 different groups trying to do the same thing.
Well, it's 4 different groups because the language in all of them is different, and it's little tweaks here and there. But it's one of those things that, is this really something so instrumental to the bill that you're willing to take 60% of the marijuana community instead of 100%? So that's what I'm going to do with you guys today, is go ahead and run through and break down some of the differences in the marijuana petitions that are going around. So we'll start out with the obvious medical marijuana one, because that is in its own different, and it would work in tandem with any of the recreational bills had they passed. So the medical marijuana bill is by the guys of People United for Medical Marijuana and United for Care. John Morgan is chairing that out of Orlando, Florida. It allows for medical marijuana use for individuals with debilitating medical conditions as determined by licensed Florida physicians. Allows caregivers to assist patients' medical use of marijuana. And the Department of Health shall register and regulate centers that produce and distribute marijuana for medical purposes, and shall issue identification cards to patients and caregivers. Applies only to Florida law and does not immunize violations of federal law or any non-medical use, possession, or production of marijuana. So that's the summary on that petition. We've heard it before, but just to give you guys the quick rundown, it's medical marijuana where there'll be caregivers, there'll be a list of debilitating issues, there'll be a registry with the state, you will get ID cards. Anybody who does not have one of those ID cards will still be illegal and will still face all charges under Florida law.
So you actually have to have something legitimately wrong with you to get it.
You can have something legitimately wrong with you that's not one of the debilitating conditions that are on that list, and you can't use it. So you just have to fall into a category. Like, your sickness has to be the sickness that somebody chose to put on the list.
I have mixed feelings about that.
And the problem with that is like the same thing with the CBD bill. The CBD bill, I'm very happy for, because it got it right with the children who suffer from different epileptic diseases.
Yeah.
But other than that, it doesn't necessarily help much of the people who are on that list. So while they got something right, it still doesn't nearly scratch the surface of what it can do. All right, moving on to the 4 recreational marijuana bills, and I'm going to run through these a little bit more quickly. I mean, I'll go ahead and go through the group, who's chairing it, where they're from, and the summary that's on the books of their petition. We have 4, which is a Florida Organization for Reform. That's chaired by Jane Thatcher in Plant City. And this one is cannabis being reclassified as a dietary supplement and regulated by the Department of Business and with sales tax. This is the one that they wanted to do the 10% sales tax for teacher salaries.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that one. I like that one.
Now, this one allows anyone 21 or older to possess up to 4 ounces of cannabis for medical or personal use. Grow no more than 10 plants in a home per time. 10 flowering plants, excuse me. So, I mean, it's not just 10 plants total, but you can't have, I mean, you can have 10 flowering plants. And doesn't authorize federal law protections or violations. And then there was Right Now It's Time to Legalize Recreational Marijuana Committee. That's Myron Lieberman's committee out of Miami, which would allow the recreational use of marijuana for individuals 18 years and older.
18.
Yeah, the Division of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Alcoholic Beverages and Tobacco shall regulate the licensed sale of all marijuana for recreational use, allows a unlimited amount of growers, wholesalers, marijuana product manufacturers, and retailers. This also allows you to have 2 ounces of pot on you in public and as much pot as you want in your house, in your private residence. Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Like, it would be just, like, incredible, but it doesn't sound like it has any chance in hell.
It sounds very pipe dreamy, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's a catch-22, and it's very weird because, I mean, I think about it, it's like 18 years old, 18 years of age, you could still be in high school.
Yeah.
And legally allowed to smoke pot. Like, I mean, I get 18-year-olds, you know, high school and cigarettes. I mean, people at 18 don't even really smoke cigarettes anymore.
No, not
So, I mean,
anymore.
high school and cigarettes used to be an issue, but not so much anymore. I can't.
Now it's pot.
Like,
It's pot in high school. And if you could have 2 ounces with you in public, that means you could probably have 2 ounces with you in school.
well, see, that's the thing. Like, I mean, it wouldn't protect you from having it in school. It's just that when you're 18 years old, you're dumb enough to make that decision to take marijuana onto school grounds.
It's public. It's a public school.
So I feel like
my weed where I want.
I feel, you know, I'm sketchy on that. It's that and the, I want to call it like anywhere that you can stuff marijuana within your private residence, you can have it, like unlimited amount. Like,
it's like, where's your living? What, you got a brand new couch made out of pounds?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
I feel like without a regulated amount, it leaves way for danger as far as losing track of said amount.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a process. You know, it's getting the ball rolling. And actually, when I was watching the Ustream of Sensible Florida's press conference for their bill last week, right, the guys at Right Now actually did during the press conference commend them on their bill and let them know that they had their support. So I mean,
Nice.
Going back to what this is all about is we need to all somehow get on the same page, because I have personally sent in all 5 petitions, but that's because I consider myself a marijuana activist and want to be engaged in the process of this change. The average voter is not going to fill out 5 petitions.
No.
the average voter right now needs to be reminded that any recreational petition isn't the same as United for Care's medical marijuana petition. Like they don't know that there are other petitions out there because, of course, medical marijuana is more important in the sense and out there more and they're going for the second try and John Morgan's promoting it.
And they've already been there once, so they can get there again.
So, I mean, we are already behind the 8 ball of having to explain to people that this is not the petition that they have already signed for medical marijuana. To have to explain that to them 5 times or say, no, this isn't the bill for recreational that's 18 years or older, or this isn't the bill for a recreational that would allow for 4 ounces versus 1 ounce. We got to make this work. United we stand. We need to, all the powers that be, I'm naming them off on this list as a part of giving you a summary of their petition. I'm encouraging you guys to get together and work it out because we have already experienced 57.8%. The only way that this is going to work is by a collective effort. So since I mentioned Sensible Florida, we'll move on to their bill, and that's chaired by Michael Minardi out of Fort Lauderdale. And that was the bill that I explained to everybody in episode 5. This was the one that I was watching closely personally and thought that in the reading, it's the bland la-di-da norm that is marijuana in the Pacific Northwest. And that's the kind of marijuana bill that I personally want because that's the ones that I feel would pass. I mean, we can't say, look at Colorado as an example, look at Washington as an example, unless we have a similar bill in the works. If we can say this is how they're running it and this is how they're reaping benefits, then we can say we'll run it the same way and we shall reap these same benefits. So the Regulate Florida, in my personal opinion, is the one that I personally back.
Sensible Florida?
Sensible Florida is the group. Regulate Florida is the bill. It's the one that limits use to 21 or over, up to 1 ounce, up to 6 plants, 3 flowering at a time, and regulates it like alcohol. That is their whole shebang. That is. That's what they're promoting.
Sounds good. It sounds solid, and they have a good. They sound like they know what they're doing. Like they have thought of the aspects of it.
Now, the last group that I'm going to mention came out Tuesday, or I want to say Wednesday of last week.
Oh yeah.
Basically, right after Sensible Florida had their press conference on Friday, the next Tuesday was Floridians for Freedom, which is headed by Jody K. James out of Melbourne. These 2 groups are the 2 that I felt like are mostly on the same page. They're basically fighting with different weapons because the way that Jody and her group, Floridians for Freedom, run their campaign is by saying less is more. Is by basically trying to put it on the books and letting the legislature basically put it all together from there.
Okay.
And this amendment just basically guarantees that a person over 21 years of age can possess, use, cultivate cannabis, and reserving to the state the power to regulate its purchase and sale in the interest of health and safety. This amendment applies to only Florida laws and state actions and does not immunize violation of federal law. So they just left it short and sweet. They say that state has the power to regulate it, but my only issue with that is that I feel like the state needs some guidelines. I mean, I feel like after what happened with the CBD bill where it was just, a bunch of arguing and kicking the can and the Florida Supreme Court had to get involved and there's still nothing done with it. I mean, this was supposed to be implemented forever ago, and here we are going into the next election cycle, and they still haven't chosen growers. I mean, the only thing they've done so far is accepted applications and money. I don't even know if
I heard of schools that are set up and ready to go for as soon as it gets legalized. There's like schools and education centers set up and ready to go. I heard that during the last bill when it was trying to be passed. I don't know if they're still around waiting or if they were just like ready to jump the gun.
I don't know. I know they were. I think I overheard some issues though with some of the out of towners, I guess, that were setting up shop and kind of not caring whether or not they got marijuana, just kind of selling classes
to dumb Floridians.
So to James Hatcher and Florida Organization for Reform and everybody else, get it. Just can we get one bill? Can we get it together? Can we get some sort of organization? I mean, asking as a Floridian who has had to live through pregnant Chads and Broward County and the CBD bill now. I mean, Florida has already been the laughing stock of the marijuana legalization community. Can we get something done?
Let's get it, guys. We got to make it work.
We have the right people. We have very smart people on this list doing very big things. We just need some cohesiveness. All right, so moving on.
Hey, Jay, do I look stoned?
If you have to ask, ladies and gentlemen, you are. And that's the topic of today's technology section. We are going to give you some marijuana life hacks. Just certain things that you need to apply to your life to make you a safer stoner.
This is a short list of things that you should probably follow by if you want to make it through with your life while being a stoner. And so, here we go. Number one, if you have to ask if you're too stoned, then you're too stoned. Stop whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to do, and hand it over to somebody else because you obviously cannot do it because you are stoned.
Exactly. And I mean, in all logic, if you weren't too stoned, you would never ask for confirmation. You yourself know whether or not you're too stoned. If you're asking, you are. Number two, keep track of new strains. Try new strains at home, first of all. And keep track of ones that not only give you a good high, because everybody does that, but also keep track of the ones that give you a bad high so that you know to stay away from those.
Yeah, or like an unwanted high. Like if you know that you have something to do at 6 p.m. and it's 10 a.m. and you smoked this one stuff that made you stuck for like 5 hours, don't smoke that. You're just going to waste your day away and then you're not going to want to do anything. So be like, I'll smoke this one on a day where I don't have to be alive today. A functioning person in society. I can sleep in my pajamas all day today. Let me smoke this one. Or I have to go see my grandma today at her nursing home. I'm going to smoke this one.
And that leads into our last one. Pre-plan before you get stoned. If you have anything that you need to do it beforehand. Whatever munchies and drinks and whatever that you like, make sure that you have those beforehand. Try not to cook. I mean, if you can keep something nukeable in your house. Keep something that you can throw in the microwave. Try not to cook. If you absolutely have to cook, always set a timer. Don't assume that you're going to remember. Always set a timer. Set a second timer if you're going to be out of earshot of the oven timer.
Yes, and don't trust your phone timers because there's always a problem with your phone. Your phone dies because you're too stoned. You didn't put on a charger. Something happens. Don't trust the phone. Microwaves are the best bet because you actually have to set that time, and then it's done when it's done.
Exactly, and it only takes an extra 10 seconds of your attention at the point in time that you're starting to cook.
Exactly, and if you forget it, then you just have food in your microwave. Nothing's burnt, nothing's on fire, nothing's exploded. Have a microwave.
So, yeah.
I like that. Microwaves work, man. Like, I never thought that in depth about it, but if you have a microwave, you're good to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
So
Go Oh, and yeah, no, I'm just still stunned about the microwave thing. Like, that's the most amazing cooking device ever. Because, like, I like toaster oven things when I'm stoned, and that's a bad thing. Because every time I put something in a toaster oven when I'm stoned, 25 minutes later, I'm like, fuck, it's burnt. And I can't eat it. But I put chicken nuggets in the microwave, and I'm watching TV, and I hear the ding go off, and I'm like, I'm going to get up in a minute. 10, 15 minutes go by, I go there, my food's not burnt, it's just cold. And I'm not that mad.
So there's some marijuana life hacks to save your life.
And your chicken nuggets.
And that pre-planning food and drink is important. It really is.
It is. So, moving on to sports, we're talking about deflategate again.
What happened with deflategate? Because I haven't even been paying any attention to it.
The same thing that's been happening with deflategate happened with deflategate today. Nothing.
That's why. Because I figured if something happened, the story would be bigger, but I've heard nothing about it all
Nothing.
day.
Nothing has happened. The judge says that his ruling will be in before Friday, and it probably will just be another appeal, or it'll be like, we're going to switch it to this thing or something. It's never going to end. It's just stupid. But something is good coming out of this. Him and Giselle lately have been on the rocks? No. Rocky. Their relationship has been rocky. And I think it's because of Deflategate. Apparently since January, since Deflategate started, he's been irritable and angry with her at home.
Oh no, Tom Brady sensitive? Nobody thinks that would ever happen.
Oh my God. He has feelings. I wonder if he's beating her.
No. But Brazilian supermodels don't understand your feelings. She was Brazilian, right?
I think so. Either way, I don't think supermodels understand your feelings.
They don't know what it's like to be Tom Brady.
They don't. They don't know.
They wasn't with you shooting in the gym.
Yeah. Tom Brady's working out all the time. She's just standing there, not eating.
They're gonna sue us.
Who cares? It'll take forever. So hopefully we'll get a result. I honestly don't give a shit if there's a result or not. I don't care if they get anything. I don't care if anything comes from it, because either way the Patriots are gonna go 0-4 to start off because Jimmy Garoppolo is gonna fail. And then I'm gonna be happy.
What if he doesn't fail? What if he doesn't fail and he takes Tom Brady's job? What if he doesn't fail and after those 4 games they're like, yeah, Tom, we don't need you. Why don't you sit this one out? Why don't you go home and fix your marriage?
They will never do that, okay? Oh my God, marriage. Tom Brady, never leaving Patriots. Robert Kraft and Tom Brady are having an affair. That's why Giselle wants to leave.
Are you serious?
That's in my head. That's what oh man, that's cold though because his wife passed and it's sad. But
by the way, she is Brazilian. And also, they are married. So I mean, I don't know. Who makes more than that? Who would be cheaper to keep on that one?
See, I couldn't find who made more. They made a total of $35 million last year together. So, and I think Brady...
I think most of that's Brady money.
Yeah, I think Brady gets $18 million a year.
Plus he has endorsements, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like Gillette and what was the other... Did he get... Oh, how many... Who all did he lose from Deflategate, though? Because he lost some endorsements from that, right?
I think he did. Deflategate has fucked Tom Brady up.
Because, I mean, I know he has endorsements, so...
If him and Giselle get a divorce...
Yeah, who would be having it rough if they got divorced?
I think Brady, with the 4-game suspension and a divorce, he'd probably shoot himself. His perfect life crumbles in like one moment. It's just all over. Goodbye, Brady. Oh, and Jimmy Garoppolo takes his job. It'll be done. The trifecta. Tom Brady would be done with this place.
No, because he's still Brady. And I mean, if you think about... He can leave. He can go and play for somebody else.
I don't think he will. I feel like Tom Brady, he cries in the dark at night. I feel like Tom Brady's a lonely person, and all he has is his wife, his football with the Patriots, and his jawline.
Okay, I get it. So like he has it. This is his bubble. Like
This is his
the
bubble.
Patriots are a part of his bubble.
Yeah, they're
so
part
he
of his
can't
bubble,
leave.
so he can't leave. So if all of his
Okay.
bubble pops, he's just done. There's no going to somewhere else and playing.
All right, I can get that.
So this deflategate could possibly ruin Tom Brady for the rest of his life. Like this could be the end.
That
of
could
Tom
be why
Brady.
he's fighting so hard.
Because he knows it's the end. He knows it's over. Joe's like, no, I don't want to be with this. And then the Patriots are like, yeah, go Jimmy, go. And then Brady's like, Goodell's like, ha, 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 ha. And it's over.
And somewhere with Drew Bledsoe is smiling.
Same thing they did to me, motherfucker. All right, so moving on now to entertainment, but it's entertainment that incorporates sports because it's Madden 16.
And it's dope.
It's super dope.
It is crazy dope.
Like, the game feels the same as a Madden game, like how you play it and how you look at it, but like the mechanics for how you like control the playmakers in the game have completely changed and revamped, and it's amazing.
Because now you can catch the ball in three different ways, which are basically decide whether you go hard for it as a receiver that's trying to make a first down, or if you catch it and cut up the field, or the third one's what, a regular catch?
I think the third one is it's like what's we call it, fucking.
Oh, where you tuck it.
Where you tuck it,
Yeah.
a defensive catch. So like you're about to get hit real hard, so you fucking just hold it in and brace.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, and then, but at the same time, it's also helped out the wide receivers. The cornerbacks, because while the cornerbacks are stopping to defend you from doing these amazing fucking playmaker catches, they also get some playmaker abilities of themselves. With Y holding down the triangle Y button, because I play Xbox, you're able to like go hard on an interception, like from wherever you are. Sometimes it seems impossible, but you can go hard from that part. Or like X and just try to fucking punch the ball through the air and deflect it. It's amazing that you can choose which one you're doing rather than hitting triangle and hoping something happens.
Yeah, and I'm a defensive line person when I'm on defense. So on the defensive line, like as long as you time perfectly the snap, you get the jump on your offensive player each time, and it's just a matter of pressing A or X to swim, move, or spin over somebody and cause all kinds of havoc in the backfield.
It flows perfectly. It feels amazing.
Yeah, because it's based on timing. So, I mean, as long as you get the jump on the offense, you're all in.
And back to the offense, the quarterback position now has gotten more complicated in my book, because now there is 1, 2, 3, 4.
5. It's 5. It went from 3 to 5.
From 3 to 5 different ways that you can throw the ball to your receivers.
So before, when you just had to lob the regular pass and the bullet pass, now they took out the regular pass. So you have the lob, you have the bullet pass, you tap the receiver button twice now to thread the needle, or put it in over zone coverage. Holding down the L1
or left
bumper will have the receiver go up for the pass, so it's a high pass.
And then
holding left trigger or L2 or
L2.
Yeah, L2 will give you a low pass, a down and away pass, or in the dirt pass.
So the whole game revamped amazingly. It's awesome. And like, it's for the first time since I feel the hit stick's been introduced, I feel there's actually a change in Madden, which makes this year's Madden probably the best Madden I've ever played.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
It was amazing. It feels so real. So real. Alright, so this year, something horrible happened. on MTV, and it was an atrocity, and it was entertaining at points, but overall it was just a piece of garbage for 2 hours.
Can I say that this is something that happens annually? Like, I haven't watched one of these since I was in high school, but you convinced me to sit down and watch this, and I hate you for it.
2 years ago, it was pretty dope. Last year, I can't remember. I don't remember. I watched all the award shows ever. I even watched the CMT award shows, and I don't even know country music.
I watch all the stuff I need to know the next day on YouTube.
Why, man?
Because it's easier than sitting down through that crap.
But it's live. Anything can happen. It's live. Someone can shoot the place up. It's live.
Whatever happens can still be shown on YouTube later.
I don't know. I don't know.
And matter of fact, when they cut the feed, the exclusive feed that they didn't cut will be on YouTube later. So what you're watching live and guessing about, I will know tomorrow.
Well, trust me, I still watch the YouTube feed the next day because I watch all of it. I don't know. All right. I watch every award show. But the VMAs happened. I know no one cares. You've probably been hearing about it for the past week. Or not, because nobody cares. But I thought it was funny because of some of the stuff that actually happened and some cool shit. Justin Bieber, he performed for the first time in like 5 years on the VMA stage. And I assumed that they made a big deal about advertising it, so I assumed that they were going to make a big deal about it. But they let him perform, and then he started crying, and then Miley Cyrus made a joke about him being illegal, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was done.
You know what? I didn't know what she was talking about when she said, call me when you're illegal, because he's over 18. I was thinking, was that like a bad Canadian joke?
I think it was a bad Canadian joke. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. So you hype this man up that he hasn't been on your stage in 5 years, and I respect Justin Bieber. I think his music kind of sucks, but the fact that he's still trying to be here in America and let people like him, good job, man. You know, I would have gave up and gone back home to Canada years ago and said, fuck it.
No, there's more American money to be made.
Yeah, see? So he's making the money. He's doing his thing. But let the man cry for a minute and then say, hey, sorry, man. Or at least don't let Miley Cyrus talk afterwards.
Don't let Miley Cyrus talk, period. Like, why was she hosting that?
I have no idea. I don't know why. I think that was the worst decision MTV's ever made since becoming modern day MTV.
Like, she does try to advocate for marijuana, but
not in a positive way, I feel. Like,
I feel in a liberating sense, I think she goes hardcore with it because that's what all Disney teens do when everybody still wants them to be a Disney teen as they are growing up to become women.
Oh man, that was real shit.
But I don't know. I think she's at least hanging out with Juicy J. I feel like Juicy J wouldn't let anything bad happen to her.
Nah, he's keeping her safe.
He seems pretty trustworthy.
Okay, so going on more of the VMAs. Oh my God, Miley.
She had that beef
with
thing
Nikki.
with Nikki going on, didn't she?
Yeah, which I still don't know what's going on with that because I have no idea what they started or what they were doing.
I guess Miley said something about her in an article, and this is pure speculation because I got better things to do with my time. Miley said something about her in an article that was taken out of context, or at least that's what Miley says. And Nikki being
ghetto as hell. Shit. Fucking half a dude.
I mean, Nikki being the hood that's in her, you know. Shout out to her hood in New York.
All right. All right, so Nicki went gangster on Miley, and Miley tried to reciprocate with what she's learned from her mentor, Juicy J, and it did not work.
I think Miley was just trying to diffuse the situation because it's like live TV, and like you just took it real hood for a second. Like I don't think she was prepared for all that hood. Like that was like real hood. That wasn't like just twerking to the beat. That was
gangster shit.
Holy fuck right now.
That made everybody pause.
Mike Will can't make this go away.
Mike will not do
Mike
it.
Mike Will didn't make this. This is some real shit.
No, man. Welcome to some real beef, Miley.
But, I mean, I felt bad for her because there was a point where she was scared. Like, you looked at her face and, like, all that shit was gone.
Gone. Tay-Tay did well with her beef with Nicki. She stood up to it. Go Tay-Tay.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so moving on to the other part, Kanye's speech, really, really long. I'm going to keep this short because his speech was so long. Don't listen to it unless you want to. He's running for president in 2020. That's what he said. I'm not voting for him.
Hey, I actually found out today that there is a guy who, for some reason, from years ago, owns the domain Kanye for president.
What?
And has been offered upwards of $80,000 for that domain.
What? That's dope. I wouldn't sell it to them. I'd keep it.
Yeah.
I'd keep it until they got to like $1 million. Because you know they got the money.
Yeah.
Give me $1 million, I'll give you the website. Bitch. I predicted this shit, not you.
So, that's some interesting.
That is interesting to add on to that. Alright, so let's move on because I feel like you're getting bored with the VMAs and I'm bored of the VMAs because it's been 3 days now.
I hate the VMAs.
I know you do. But we're going to go on to the only great part about the VMAs, which will lead us into our next section. Fall 21 Pilots and A$AP Rocky did a mashup, and it was unbelievable. We're going to put it on the blog later so you can see it, but it was amazing.
It was, and it was the only bright light in a rather horrible VMAs, but that's what I've come to expect. But it got us thinking about what modern day music mashups we would actually like to see, because I haven't seen any of them since, what was it, Nelly and Garth Brooks and
over and over again. Was it Nelly and Tim McGraw?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Nelly and Tim McGraw and Jay-Z and Linkin Park.
Jay-Z and Linkin Park, I didn't enjoy that much because.
But you enjoyed Nelly and Tim McGraw?
I enjoyed Nelly and Tim McGraw. You want to know why I enjoyed Nelly and Tim McGraw? That was on the Sweat album, which was part of the Suit album. I bought the deluxe edition, so I had the Nelly Sweat, Nelly Suit album.
The Sweatsuit album?
Oh, yeah. It was, oh my God, I never thought of that because I was young as shit, but that's amazing, Sweatsuit. Oh, damn. But yeah, I had that whole album. Alright, that was the album with the song Champion on it, which was the most repetitive thing ever.
Which one was?
I got the heart of a champion.
Oh, yeah.
And then Tim McGraw over and over again, man.
That's two albums. And you only got 2 songs.
I can't remember anymore. It was a long time ago. I can't remember that.
You need a refund. You pay like $10 per song.
That was before MP3s. You couldn't pick just one thing, one song. You had to pick the whole album.
You gotta put those in the outtakes. Oh my gosh.
Alright, so
it got us to thinking about modern day mashups, and the first one that came to my mind was definitely will.i.am and Fall Out Boy for the ultimate stadium song.
stadium music.
something that you can use for the college football playoffs, the NFL playoffs, the Super Bowl, the NBA finals, the NBA playoffs, and the World Series, and maybe even squeeze in preseason football just to wrap it all around again.
Do it at poker too. Just the most amazing thing ever. They combine, make the greatest song to ever be played, and it becomes the playoff song of the world.
It needs to be adopted by an MMA fighter, and then we just watch his rise to glory. Because with that song, he's never gonna lose.
And never. It's gonna become a song of magic and power.
It's gonna be the greatest thing since Eye of the Tiger.
Oh shit! Fuck. Oh, he almost made me spit water all over the computer. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, alright. Damn. So after that amazing song would be made, I was thinking of something more angrier with pent up, like, deep down thought up confusion of anger and I don't know. I came up with Corey Taylor from Slipknot and Kanye West.
That's just like two different tornadoes of frustration.
Exactly. There's the word I was looking for, frustration. Both of their music is just them explaining their inner frustrations with the world and just them combining with Kanye's kind of music, because I'm not even kind of sure of what it is half the time. It's just whatever beats he can construct together to somehow sit behind his words.
And you know what? I think in keeping in the spirit of that, this song should be like 13, 14 freaking minutes long.
Exactly. Just like ridiculously long. And only like 6 minutes of actual words. Like the rest will just be the background music of the beats making. Because both of their songs are long, and it's just like weird auto tunes and shit.
That'd be awesome.
It would be amazing.
I would love that song though.
Yeah, I would. I would listen to the whole thing. Oh man.
All right, so we gave you the Ultimate Stadium song. We gave you your Ultimate Aggression song, and we're basically just building you up for the apocalypse, because in our third mashup, we got Taylor Swift and John Mayer in the ultimate makeup song that they're going to use to have a baby and create the Antichrist and start the apocalypse.
Boom. Baby apocalypse. This song will be just a mashup of the most catchiest, stuck in your fucking head forever, like, egotistical song.
To where mass suicides start, and then the song gets stuck in your head, so you walk out the streets and you start singing the song and people kill you. And this is how like the whole apocalypse is just going to begin. And it's all going to begin with Taylor Swift and John Mayer creating this song and releasing it on the day that the baby is born that they created from this song.
And the baby will be the only thing that the song doesn't affect. And it will grow up to rule the world, or what is left of the world, when after this horrible disease of a song has spread.
It'll be 118 years on the Billboard #1 spot.
I would hate that song, but I would love to listen to it. At least once.
You can't listen to it just once. That's how it gets you.
It would. It would get me a super hardcore, because I already listened to Taylor Swift songs more than once, and I don't even want to.
It'll be blasted through the airwaves, and as soon as you hear it, that's it. You're a zombie with the rest of them.
Every radio station plays it. Even hip-hop stations. Just because it's the ultimate genre of music.
It crosses languages. People in Slovakia would hear the English version and still be sucked in.
Oh my god. They're gonna end the world. So, as human beings, humankind, everyone around the world, not just America, we have to keep John Mayer and Taylor Swift apart. They cannot have a baby. They cannot hook up again. There cannot be a combination of them anywhere near each other where it could lead to them having sex or making a baby.
I think it was their promise rings that were like the basis of Lord of the Rings. Like you have to take their promise rings and throw them in the fire. Like they could never be together again.
Oh my god. You know what that
we
means?
may have to find Elijah Wood.
That's what it means. We need to find Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood has to get them to the volcano.
Your mission is not done, Frodo.
Oh, this is spun off into an amazing. Okay, all right.
So those are mashups. That mashup will have a movie to it.
Yeah, so what? That's what I was thinking. It'd be a great movie. It'd be amazing. And Elijah Wood, being how cool he is now, would definitely do it.
All of the songs are in one mashup movie.
That's gonna end the world, man. He's gonna have the most amazingness in one movie.
Amazing. And it goes into the story that goes through having Elijah Wood take the promise rings and throw them into the...
Oh my god. See, now I want to cast that movie because that'd be amazing. Yes.
Next week we're casting that.
Next week we're going to cast it and have a name for it because this is going to be amazing. Alright, so this is our show. Episode 6. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed that. We brought it to you this one.
Yeah, we did. We did.
And we appreciate everybody who listens because we're new at this. We're getting better. We're happy that you're sticking around. And big shout outs to Sensible Florida. We got a number of listeners after listening to their Ustream news conference. So thank you guys for the support as we continue to support you guys. This is Smoking Table. Take care.
See you later.